Hi, I'm Brad Stutzman. I'm one of the pastors here at the Mount Rock Worship Center. I was an agronomist in this area. During the time that I was an agronomist, the Lord began to call me. So we came to Mount Rock and we said, we'd like to plant a Hispanic church in Chambersburg. And to my surprise, Mount Rock said, absolutely, we're on board with that, we'll support you. We began Rios de Agua Viva.
Sí, mi nombre es Fernando. Estamos pastoreando aquí con el pastor Brad. Pues ya desde 2006 se congregaba en Chambersburg, en una iglesia luterana. Empezamos con entre unos 3 a 5 familias.
And then we got to about 70, and we realized, we really don't have space. We began to explore the idea of coming back to the church that sent us out. And so we made the move here. Recently, the 2 congregations welcomed a 3rd congregation, Grace Nepali congregation, which is ministering to our Bhutanese and Nepalese. Currently have almost 400 homes here in Shippensburg that are from this region of the world. And so we're all sharing this space here.
We promote each group the space for identity, right? What makes you, and what makes this congregation unique?
By having Nepali services, try to keep our language, for next generation or new generation. Our children are stopping speaking our language. We want to keep our culture continually.
Cada cultura se concentra en lo que puede hacer y lo que sabe hacer. Por ejemplo, los que hablan inglés, por decir así, ellos se concentran en trabajar en esa área porque es su cultura y es su lenguaje, es su manera de hacer la obra de Dios.
The blending here looks as each of us conducting, worship service as we see fit as pertaining to each culture. So here it looks a little different because it is a little different. Now one of the challenges for each congregation is how do we grow from here, right? What does it look like going forward or growing forward, but also expectations, right? What each congregation's expectation is and how we grow, right? And how we're going to grow together, what it looks like collectively.
My name is Ann Margaret Nielsen, and I am the youth pastor for Mount Rock Worship Center. Fuse Youth Group. Well, Fuse Youth Group is what the name says. It is a fusion of 3 different congregations pouring into one. Here, because we are feeding in from 3 different congregations, it gives an opportunity for us to be together instead of just, I'm specifically this language and this culture. No, we're all believers in Christ. And I think that really changes the dynamic because we're actually, like the name, united and having fellowship together.
As Grace was getting started, none of us can understand any of the language that Grace speaks. But people from Rios, without anyone asking them, began to show up at Grace services.
They always come and support in the prayer. They always pray for Grace Nepali Church. The language is not that important. That's how I see the unity, We call in one body.
But we have other ways in which we try to help each other out as well. For example, someone passes away in the community. The other communities come alongside to help financially, emotionally, going and visiting the home. And then we'll go out and do evangelism together.
Jesus gave us the greatest command. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And then he says the second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. And I think that if there's going to be a congregation that has fruit that the community can eat from, it's going to stem from us going out and making contact with our neighbor and being aware of the demographic changes in our area. It doesn't matter if you speak Nepalese or if you speak Spanish or if you speak English. We're so versatile that we can reach and we can speak and communicate with just about anybody that we come into contact with. So there's no language barrier.
I don't believe what Mount Rock is having happen is like a singular movement of God with 3 different cultures coming together. I think that this is something that God's going to continue doing, and as we're becoming more melting pot, this will be hopefully a norm you're going to see in more churches across the U.S. I believe that it's something that we are all part of, and we're all called to get together and know each other and celebrate and worship together.
Pues yo creo que es tener amor siempre a las almas, o tener amor a Dios, ¿verdad? Y yo creo que esa es la que rompe cualquier tipo de cultura, ¿verdad? Cuando amamos a Dios, llegamos a amar también a cualquier cultura. Y yo creo que esa es la que nos permite acercarnos a cualquier cultura.
And so things have changed. God's brought the nations of the world to our community.